Prominent journalist who has written for The Guardian for more than 20 years has sensationally boycotted the new paper after they failed to inform readers that a cat-killing, quotes, woman who went on to murder a man back in 2021 was, in fact, transgender. Louise Tickle accuses The Guardian of deceiving its readers for using the word woman to describe transgender killer Scarlett Blake, who was found guilty last week of murdering Jorge Martin Carreno just 4 months after brutally killing a cat. Kelvin, why is The Guardian not reporting the fact?
Well, she makes, unusually for a Guardian journalist, she makes very good points. And she says, I'm not writing for them again, and they deliberately misled their readers. And the way that they did it was that they described her in the headline as a woman. And so she thought, as most people who would have read that piece would have thought, oh, well, this is shocking, isn't it? How does a woman kill a 30-year-old man in the street? How does that happen? She had no idea, and this was her words, not mine, that he was a male killer. And so she complains. The others must have complained as well. The following day, what they do is they take the word woman out of the headline, don't put the word transgender in, and 5 paragraphs down, they then refer to transgender and start referring to her as she. So this is the issue. The issue is, why not just tell the truth? Right, the judge saw through this. He gets 24 years today, but where does he get sent to for a jail? He gets sent to a man's jail, right? Not a woman's jail. So you can claim whatever you like, but when you're faced with these significant questions, right, what do you do about it? And so this woman is to be praised. And I'll tell you why. Because she's speaking on behalf of everybody, not just the half a dozen people who actually run The Guardian.
Let me just introduce a tweet from J.K. Rowling onto all of this, because J.K. Rowling has come out and basically said that she's absolutely sick of this. She says that, you know, this has to be reported as a man and that this is not a woman's crime. And this is part of it.
Right, that's actually part of Louise. That's part of her argument. Her argument is that anybody reading that story would have thought, this is a woman sexually driven with the power of just knocking over. Oh, no, it's not. This is a guy. And not only that, the courts take him to be a man as well. And if you ask people in our country, it is that kind of deception which makes the transgender argument collapse. And my question is this. How many other stories have The Guardian got where they deliberately deceive their own readers because they don't think it's, quote, good for the transgender argument, unquote, to actually tell them the truth?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose there is that question. No doubt The Guardian will say that they did actually reveal all eventually and all of this stuff. But, you know, you have to go looking for it.
But the guy was, not until the man was convicted, right? And then there was a complaint. I mean, they couldn't have done better than that.
Now, look, the Church of England, it's a different story now, the Church of England have been told to embrace going woke by a BLM-supporting bishop after the General Synod passed a motion encouraging parishes to develop local action plans to address issues of racial injustice. This is expected to include a focused drive to find more bishops, deans and other senior churchmen from ethnic minority backgrounds. Well, the Right Reverend Rose Hudson Wilkin, who led prayers during the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, says the church needs to, quote, further embed racial justice, claiming those who are frightened by the authenticity of this movement want to scare us into thinking that being woke is a sin created by people on the left. Meanwhile, the Bishop of Dudley has gloated that every Anglican who becomes a parish representative in his diocese of Worcester now has to undertake compulsory unconscious bias training. Kelvin, is this politicisation of the Church of England actually driving people away, do you think?
Well, I honestly believe that the Church of England's numbers have been falling dramatically. In fact, over the last 2 or 3 years, they've fallen by about 15% already. So there's something going seriously wrong with the Church of England. And look, they don't have to have laws to say we want more black bishops or brown bishops. It doesn't matter. If somebody's any good at what you do, you would have thought they would have got it anyway. And anyway, put them on every panel. I'm in favour of all this. But the idea of saying to an ordinary congregation, we're doing this for somebody's good, Nobody is buying that. The whole point of the church is it does good. They shouldn't need to have to write anything down. And the idea that you have a group of clerics all saying, what can we do today that is good? That should come naturally. So I think it will be dangerous for the Church of England, if there is even going to be a Church of England. At the rate it's going, in 20 years' time, I very much doubt there will be one.
It does appear that Welby is content, by the way, to just sleepwalk towards the oblivion of the Church of England when it comes to actual parish numbers and the way that many people in the church actually feel. I mean, they nearly went on strike at some point, people actually working in the church because of low pay during the cost of living crisis. But look, Kelvin, thank you very, very much. Regarding the first story Kelvin and I spoke about, yes, a Guardian spokesperson did say this article was updated on February 23rd, 2024, to add further details and biological information. Interesting they phrased it like that, by the way, including reference to Scarlett Blake's transgender identity, which were not included in the agency copy on which our initial version relied. Well, there we go. Now